So, back to the original topic. We're talking about where society is going to be in the next 20 years, and the reason why that question was posed. You see a lot of things is going on. Rich folks like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk flying around Earth or space. And shit is getting crazy. We just gonna tap right back into that. So what you think, Matt? 20 years from now, society, where we gonna be?
20 years from now, similar to the movie of Wall-E, we're gonna be so dependable on technology that everything's gonna be done for us, and we're never gonna do anything for self. So I think that's where we're going. I think people have become so ingratiated into social media, the new technological advances that it's getting to a point where like they're making robots that can shoot guns now. So it's like, do you think we're still gonna need military? Do you still think gonna need people fighting battle? Because like they make movies about this like every few amount of years they make movies about like, oh, in the future there's gonna be robot armies and countries fighting countries, but they're not going to use any people. They're just going to use robots.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in 20 years that's where we're going to be at, to the point where technology is the forefront of everything, and then that's just going to be the forefront of every advancement. The railroad, the trains, that's going to be obsolete. Flying cars, like we discussed earlier, that's never going to happen because they put the airline industry out of business, unless the airline industry is smart enough to do it where, all right, we'll put some money in investment into creating our own flying car, and then slap American Airlines or slap Delta or slap whoever on it, and then kind of go from there. But I don't know, man. I just think we're just going to be so self-reliant on technology in 20 years that we're just not going to be able to progress. Yeah. We'll be progressing like mentally, but physically and everything like that, we'll just be so reliant on it.
I agree. Yeah, it's getting to a point where yes, technology is definitely taking over. The flying cars, nah. Well, maybe not in 20 years. Maybe 50 or 60. Maybe 100. I think it will be some flying cars. Our grandkids might be having them Johns. In my opinion, just the way the technology is moving right now. Even freaking this meta universe. Is it metaverse or meta universe? Metaverse. Yeah, I was watching a video about that the other day. Bro, this shit is crazy.
What is it even? What is metaverse? What is that?
Dude, so you remember that movie, Are You Ready Player One?
No, I never seen it.
Okay, you need to watch that and go ahead and start training yourself mentally and physically. It's pretty much virtual reality. It's a virtual reality world. All right, you have like you'll be able to do whatever you want in this thing. There's even a talk about there's this form of technology where you'll be able to feel inside of this virtual reality world. Like if you're going to, for example, let's say you wanted to look at a house that's on the market, but you can only do a virtual tour of it.
Right.
You'll do a virtual reality tour with your agent in virtual reality metaverse world, right? Bro, they said that you'll be able to touch the countertops type shit and like kind of feel what that is like.
How is that possible?
Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. This technology is about to go stupid, bro. You have people flying in space. You have virtual reality. People are starting to switch a lot of their money over to Bitcoin. Okay.
Electric currency.
Everything is going digital. Yeah. Everything is going digital.
It's crazy. I asked in the chat like a couple days ago. I said, "Yo, are y'all ready for NFTs, or do y'all know anything on NFTs?" Nobody Nobody answered me on that. But that's like the hot thing right now, NFT. I don't know what NFTs are. Audience, if y'all can,
we about to
chime
find
in,
out right now.
You know what I mean, in the comment section what NFTs are, and are you for NFTs? Are you against NFTs? I don't know what they are. It looks like something where you buy a picture of something, and that's like an electric currency, and then I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I mean, it's even Currency has an album that he sold or on NFT or however the hell it is.
Hold on, we Googling it right now, audience.
Okay, so this might make a little bit of sense. Okay, so it says, what's an NFT? And this is from ethereum.org. NFTs are tokens that we can use to represent ownership of unique items. They let us tokenize things like art, collectible, even real estate. Let's see. So yeah, NFT stands for non-fungible token. So non-fungible is an economic term that could use to describe things like your furniture, a song file, or your computer. So like Currency selling his shit selling his mixtape, for example, would be considered an NFT. So fungible items, on the other hand, can be exchanged because their value defines them rather than their unique properties. For example, ETH or dollars are fungible because one ETH or /1 US dollar is exchangeable for another. Oh, okay, all right, I see what it's saying. So it's pretty much saying dollars are fungible because a dollar is exchangeable for another dollar.
Right. NFTs are not. You can't exchange one NFT for another NFT.
Correct. Yeah, correct. So yeah, I guess, yeah.
So that's where we're at, audience. NFTs, man. That's the future. NFTs, cryptocurrency. Like, to me, it's like, is money is like tangible money gonna be a thing? In the next 10 to 20 years, is tangible money going to be an actual thing anymore? Like, because I know in Europe they have this thing where they put a chip in your hand, and it has all your credit cards, ID, or whatever, and you have an app, and then when you go to pay something, you just swipe your hand. You know what I mean? Just like that.
We're at in Europe.
I think the first country to do it was Sweden. Sweden is very progressive, so they do a lot of technological things like that when they try with that type of stuff.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Would you get a chip put in your arm?
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Why not?
Why? What do I need it for? Who's tracking me? I don't even like people calling my phone like that. I don't want nobody to know where I'm at.
That's because that means like you're not gonna have like none of that stuff on you, bro.
None of what stuff on me?
Like credit cards, wallet, ID. You're not gonna need all that.
I'll keep those.
You have a chip.
Nah, I was born in '92. I'll keep those. Yeah, I'll keep it old school. Forget that.
Yeah, so I think, I mean, that's the same thing with Elon Musk. Elon Musk, he's trying to create this. I think, is it him or Apple? I think it's Elon Musk. They're trying to create this thing called Neuralink, and it's like he's gonna put like a computer thing in your brain, and then you'll be able to access information like without even thinking about it.
See, that hurt my head even thinking about it. So, see what I'm saying? Like, yo, all these things, bro.
Let me Google, Elon Musk's Neuralink.
He's pretty much Iron Man. So now that he's flying out to space, he's gonna be the first one to find out that Thor and them are some real people. They some real niggas.
So listen,
Ragnarok is real. And he gonna save the world, bro. Nah, go ahead.
So listen, right? Neuralink is a corporation It's a Neuralink Corporation is a neurotechnological company developing implantable brain-machine interfaces, and it was founded by Elon Musk and others in 2017. So 2016, founded in 2016. So yeah, so pretty much implanting something in your brain to kind of improve whatever.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. We didn't even use our full. What's the percentage of the brain capacity that humans use?
Science doesn't know.
But it's not the full capacity though, right?
No, there's no. They haven't. I don't think there's any data that suggests the percentage of how. Like there used to be a thing where we only use like 10% or 30% of our brain.
Mm-hmm.
That was all based on like small sample studies, but it really wasn't globally. Like nobody really knows. Like that's the good guesstimate. Nobody knows what the percentage of brain that we utilize.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was gonna say, if that's something that helps people fully use the range of their brain, then that would be interesting. But I don't know.
So the 10%, that was a myth. Like we use 10% of our brain. That was a myth.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's saying that 60% of Americans believe that myth, like that we only use 10%. Because that was what was taught to us. But
yeah,
it don't really like it doesn't say like it says that we use 100% of our brain, but you don't really know. You really don't know, because if you've seen the movie Lucy.
Yeah, but once.
With Scarlett Johansson and Morgan Freeman.
Mm-hmm.
The black man that always looks old.
Yeah.
So in that movie, pretty much Lucy takes a substance that increases her brain power, her ability to use more percentage of her brain.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she gets to like 100%, she becomes like with one. Like she becomes all knowing, all this. Like she knows everything, she understands everything. Like yeah, she becomes like this type of sentient being when she
then some exotic ass shit happened at the very end of the movie. All right. Okay.
She pretty much became like, I'm not gonna say technology, but she like ingratiated herself into something, and she just she used
into the Matrix type shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, wow, that's crazy. Yo, would you do that?
Would I take a substance to elevate my brain power?
Yeah, like a limitless pill.
Hell yeah.
Remember that movie?
Oh my, hell yeah. What?
I would too, yo.
That's not even a question, bro.
I would too. I can see how that shit would get there. I mean, the way the movie went, it makes sense. Too much of anything is bad for you. I think Buddy got carried away with it. I would have got myself to a certain point.
What you talking about? You talking about limitless?
Yeah.
Bro, he perfected it.
You're right. Yep,
he perfected
you're right.
it at
I
the
was
end.
just about to say, yeah. That's what I would have done.
Like
in the early stages, though.
Yeah, I got you. Like in the end, if you see, he perfected the pill so much that he didn't get any of those side effects, to the point where he could tell when a car accident was gonna happen.
That's wild.
And then at the end, he like grabbed Robert De Niro. He was like, "Oh, you have cancer." I said, "What the?"
Ain't that crazy?
So it's like, is that possible?
Who knows? We might find out in 20 years.
In 20 years, is it possible?
They're gonna come out with some stuff. Yo, check this out, man. With this, like all this futuristic stuff happening, like this space exploration stuff. I read this article on Jeff Bezos, right? And it was talking about his launch with him, his brother, bro, 80, what was she, 82? I believe she was 82 years old and an 18-year-old student, right? And matter of fact, I want to show, I'm gonna send you the link so you can see this diagram, right? But they pretty much was in this capsule that's like 60 feet tall. 60 feet tall. It launched them.
My 18 and 82-year-old?
Huh? Yeah, bro. Jeff Bezos, his brother, the 82-year-old and the 18-year-old student, right?
Okay.
And I was trying to figure out why he was selected to go, but he's the son of a Dutch financier. So as soon as I saw a financer, I was like, okay, all right, his folks got money. He got lucky. So they get launched into the air, maybe just right above the range where you start floating in space, right? They were weightless for like 4 minutes, and then they were what's the goddamn word? Transcended. No, anyways, they landed back on Earth. Goddamn, thank you. They descended. So but it's like they're allowing 6 people to go on there, and you just get these stunning looks of Earth or whatever, right? But what his reasoning behind it was, he's trying to get people more comfortable with flying out into space because it could be something that we use to save Earth one day, like launching pollution or heavy industry into space or some shit like that. Which, I mean, it makes sense, but then somebody else was like, well, hell, it just sounds like, y'all need something better else to do with y'all money. All these rich folks is doing these rich things, flying off into space, but it's still like workers that need to be paid, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, other shit. It could be used for other resources. But it's crazy, man. Flying into space, bro. Who would have thought? So watch, the next thing of tourism is going to be flying into space. That's what they're trying to start.
That's fact. And I think this is all happening to get people comfortable, because people they're gonna start moving to these other planets. Interplanetary travel is something that is upon us. If billionaires are spending hundreds of millions on this, then they know it's something that I know they have top scientists working around the clock. I know that, and probably the Earth is going to end, or the resources on this Earth are going to be depleted due to the human population growth, animal growth, whatever the case may be, waste, pollution or anything like that. So they know, man. They're getting people. They're getting people ready, because guarantee you, when they start doing this space travel for people, this tickets is probably gonna be like 10, 20,000, 30,000, 40, $50,000. They're not gonna be for everybody. They're gonna be for the elite. And then what you're gonna first see, right? This is how it goes. You're gonna start seeing celebrities go on it. Celebrities gonna start going on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
For about 4 to 5 years, celebrities will go on it. Then you'll start seeing regular everyday Joe motherfuckers going on there, getting people comfortable. Oh, this is space. Oh wow, oh my God, it's beautiful up here. Wow. Because guarantee you, they're gonna start doing it. They're already starting to try to do explorations to Mars to find if it's habitable now. We can't live on the moon. The next planet that is habitable, that is similar to Earth, is Mars. So it's happening, bro. The space travel is happening.
I think it's not gonna happen no time soon, right? But I think that Earth is expiring a lot faster than they expected it to. The top scientists know these things, right? Because of fucking Earth. Excuse me, my language this morning has been atrocious.
I'm gonna need you to take some ginkgo biloba.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what?
Ginkgo biloba, it's a mind. It's something that you eat, you take, and it helps you with your vocabulary, your memory, your speech.
Really?
Yeah.
I just got out the military, so I'm gonna need it. Bro, all I do is anyways. It's bad. Yeah, man. Mars is going to be I think they're going to find a way for folks to be on there. I think it's still like what they're trying to see if there's water that was ever on there.
Yeah.
I know the air, like the toxicity levels in the air is crazy right now, but
it's something you would have to get used to probably. I think that's all about evolution, man. Like evolution, like you put people on there for about 100, 200 years, their body will start to get accustomed to that. So your body will change. You know what I mean? It'll be our great grandkids, like you said earlier. But it's all about evolution and change and adapting. I think that's gonna happen. Dang, I got a good point I was gonna make. I forgot. Dang.
Yeah. We next, man. We got to go out there. Yo, nah, Earth is. I think Earth is expiring though.
So hold on. So let me ask you this: you was in the Navy, right? People don't know this. The military just created a new branch of government called Space Force. So, military man, what the hell is Space Force?
Who knows?
You know, there's a show on Netflix about that, right?
This shit turned into a joke, bro. Don't nobody know what that is.
Wait, so hold on. You telling me that
it's real? Nobody knows the details of that right now.
So it's kept like top secret, classified type.
I wouldn't even say it's top secret. Like I think it's still being developed.
Who created it? Was that Trump or was that Obama that created that?
No, that was definitely Trump.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was him or whoever his team is, bro. The only thing that I remember hearing about, and this was, it was like 2019 when we first heard about it, that they would be taking folks from like the Air Force.
Okay.
People that were people that were in the Air Force, they'd be starting there first, recruiting there first, and
then other military branches.
Maybe they just gonna hit the Air Force first, which is understandable. That's where all the nerds are, for being honest. Yeah,
I hear a little hate coming out of you, Taylor.
We call them the Air Force for a reason, bro. I mean, they're they're the bougie side. You know, they're smart.
Damn, that's fucking hilarious.
I give them their props. But yeah, y'all know what's up. I ain't even about to talk crazy early in the morning. Air Force. But yeah, man. So Space Force, know nothing about it. But that's like it's things like that, and then space exploration, all these folks trying to do this, that, and the third. To me, it's like, all right, so what y'all gearing for? Like, what do y'all know that we don't know?
So let me ask you this, right? Why do you think we haven't been back to the moon?
Why do I think that we haven't been back to the moon?
Do you even think we landed on the moon?
Bro, I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't. From the picture, if you even just look at the picture of the man on the moon, the flag is blowing, right? Is it blowing?
It's like waving. It's like waving.
It's waving?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, is that from gravity or you know what I'm saying? Or was it wind blowing? I didn't know wind blew on the moon.
I have no idea.
But you get what I'm saying?
Nah, I get you.
So I don't know. Bro, I don't fucking know.
I think because I watch a little like I watch a lot of like Neil deGrasse Tyson when he's on like Joe Rogan's podcast, and he talks about space exploration, because he's an astrophysicist, like studying the universe that's his namesake. So I think a lot of it comes to like, back then the budget for space exploration was so vast, like they were spending millions, hundreds of millions of dollars to do that, because they wanted to be the first. They wanted to, because it was all about that battle with Russia, China, all those other
Sputnik.
Yeah, exactly. All those other countries that were trying to be the first for space exploration. And I think it came, but then the people say, well, the budget, there's no budget for it now. Like the budget is non-existent. Now a lot of the budget goes to like our defense budget, which is like military, not nuclear weapons, but weapons, all the to fight, who are fighting. If the budget is the issue, like then, and you want to continue to do space exploration, why not just reconfigure the budget and then try to continue with your space exploration? Because now what NASA does, they just send astronauts to the space station. They send them up to the space station, and that's pretty much all they do.
Just hanging out at the space station and not going back to the moon. Unless, do they have to go back to the moon? Is don't they have like rovers and shit over there that's testing stuff, or is it just they just move everything over to Mars now?
I don't know. I mean,
or switch their focus over to Mars.
Yeah, I think the focus now is to Mars, trying to get, like, they're trying to do their first human exploration to Mars within the next 5 to 10 years. Well, like that's already on the dossier.
Then maybe that's why they haven't gone back to the moon. Maybe they found out there's no point in nothing going. I don't know.
They didn't even explore the whole moon. They explored one part of it.
Well, how long can you last out there on the moon though?
I'm not a scientist, my brother.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's
I get you. I get you.
I mean, I don't know how big it is, but I mean, I'm assuming that's a big motherfucker. You feel me? You're not just gonna walk around that joint. So I don't know.
So since you know, so we hear it first. Smooth does not believe that we landed on the moon in the 60s.
I didn't say that. Don't. I didn't say that. I said I don't know.
He don't know, right? So he's a maybe, right? So do you believe the Earth is round?
Yeah.
Why?
What do you mean why?
Why do you believe?
Don't ask me no ridiculous ass question like that. Hell.
I'm just saying, bro. Like, if you're saying a maybe to the landing on the moon, then why are you so sure that the Earth is round? If it's the same people that's telling you the Earth is round, they're the same people.
I've been around that mug. I've seen curvatures around the Earth.
Okay.
On a plane.
Okay.
If it's flat, if you're looking at the horizon, right, that looks like it just keeps going. When you're in space, you look at the horizon, it would look like it's keep going, right? You would think so. No, that it's a dip in that bitch. I've done a lot of flying. You can tell that this mug is round. Okay. I don't even know why I'm explaining myself. Don't ask me that shit.
Nah, because you got a lot of flat earthers and people that believe in this type of stuff. I'm not gonna say it's nonsensical. You believe what you want to believe, but it just goes back to like the distrust in the government and what they tell you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, that's why some people don't believe in it. Like, but I'm a firm believer. I do believe the Earth is round. Because if it wasn't round, then I mean, why would I'm confused. Like, if it wasn't round, then like you said, you wouldn't see the curvature when you're flying. And you're in the air, you wouldn't see the curvature. Even if you're on a boat and you can see the horizon start to bend a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Why does it do that? Then people say, it's the refraction from the light and the rays and all that. Man, I don't believe none of that, man. The Earth is round. It is what it is,
bro.
But if that's what you want to believe what you want to believe.
What you want to believe. I saw a documentary on Netflix about that, like the flat Earth theory. And I sat there and watched the whole thing. It's people talking about why the Earth is flat, this, that, and the third. So they get all the way to the end, conduct this experiment.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, to see if the light continue to go straight or something like that and not bend. That joint ended up bending, ended the daggone show. So they debunked their own shit in a documentary that was about their shit. Y'all just proved that y'all was wrong.
Yeah, that was hilarious. And the guy had the dumbest look I've ever seen on somebody's life. Like, he did the whole test and he was just like, I'm like, bro, you're wrong. Like, you did all that research just to prove people you was right, and you ain't right. Had the dumbest look on his face, bro. Like, so I was just trying to Google this. Hold on, real quick. There's this show on Netflix, yo, bro. You have to watch it. Hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick. Hold on. Continue watching. Where is it? Inside.
It's called The Hazeldies?
Nah, hold on. Oh. Yes. Yo, it's a cartoon, right? You they like to put like little tips and clues in cartoon. It's called Inside Job. It's on Netflix. Yeah. Have you watched it?
No, I've heard of it.
So it's pretty much about like a shadow government that conducts all the conspiracy, whether it's the cloning, whether it's governmental sabotage, whether it's whatever, all the JFK assassination, all that. It dives into every single one of them and kind of plays a part of like this. Well, what if we had a shadow government that did all this stuff behind our backs and nobody knew about it, like a Men in Black type of thing. I mean, this joint, I'm a conspiracy theorist. If we have any of y'all, this show would be very intriguing to y'all because it talks about that. It's dope. It's dope. I watched that joint. I was like, wow. It's just
Inside
in your face.
Job.
It's just in your face. Called Inside Job. It talks about reptilian people. Remember that whole thing people were talking about? We got reptilian shapeshifters living among us.
Yeah.
It dives in and that. It talks about a lot, bro.
I'm gonna check that out. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, whenever you get time, man, throw that joint on. It's very very good. I like it, even though it's a cartoon, but it really explains a lot of conspiracies and if there really was a shadow government, how they would operate. Like they would operate under Washington D.C., like underground. That's where their base would be.
Well, I mean, doesn't sound too far removed from the CIA. So the only reason I know about them is because.
You ever met somebody that worked for the CIA?
No. Well, you know what? I probably have. I just didn't know.
A lot of the CIA, their cover ops, their cover things is always they work for the State Department. So if you ever meet somebody that work for the State Department,
okay, then
they definitely might work for the CIA. That's their cover. That's their cover story. I only know that because I know y'all listening now. I only know that because I watched Jack Ryan and the Tom Clancy story. Jack Ryan, I watched that, and the guy, he was a CIA analyst, but his cover story was that he worked for the State Department. So, don't come for us now. I'm just all public information. And I'm not talking about like regular analysts or like I'm talking about like operatives, like people that actually do clandestine work and things like that. Their cover story is majority of the time they work for the State Department. Like that's their main like job. But when they do clandestine work, they have different stories, different identities, those type of things. Like have you ever seen it's a Netflix show on like the first real Israeli spy. I think his name was like Eli Cohen. You ever watch that? It's an amazing story. You should watch it. It talks about how like Israel and I think it was Syria. What's the country right next to Israel? Is it Syria or Syria? Is it Syria or is it Jordan? What's that country next to?
Probably Jordan.
Jordan. Well, whatever country it was, they were like having beef or having issues or whatever. So they needed somebody to infiltrate that government to kind of like get answers and feel and like pretty much know when they were going to do their attack, whatever. And the guy Eli Cohen, he successfully infiltrated their government. He was like the second, I want to say like probably the third or fourth in command. Like he was undercover for like years, and then they found out, and then I think the Jordanian or the Syrian government killed him. They ended up having him killed, and they dragged his body across all of Syria, like his dead body. It's crazy, but it to the point where he was like, he was so good that he was able to be friends with like people in high command, high positions, and become ingratiated in that government. And he was able to feed his government back all the information. But he ended up getting killed because he got caught.
Wow.
Yep.
That's crazy. Yeah. Yo, hey, it's people that really live like that out here, man.
Facts.
I couldn't do it. Yo, did I ever tell you about the story about what was it? Pretty much the Spanish bodyguard that we met.
Nah. Wait, before you talk about this is not nothing classified, top secret, nothing like that, right? Oh, okay, go ahead. I ain't trying to get you chopped up now.
No. Even if it was, I just check it out. All right. We sitting at a bar one night, sitting there smoking hookah, hanging out, and this white dude walks up, him and this other Spanish guy, and we're in Spain, so people are always chopping it up with random folks, it's nothing out of the ordinary. So he comes and he talks to us and like, hey, you guys mind if we sit down? Oh no, man, yeah, have a seat. So sitting there talking to him, and he just got in that evening, right? Because him and his buddy are on a sailing trip. They just sailing up the coast, just hitting different places, you know what I'm saying? Living that rich life. His buddy, his family was very well tapped into this city of Sevilla. If anybody's familiar with Sevilla, you know Sevilla is a big ass city. It's a lot of money out there. Matter of fact, fun fact, that's where Christopher Columbus is buried.
Oh God,
America's hero.
Let's not even talk about that, man.
So, anyways, yeah. But that just shows the historical presence that's in that. I mean, he's big over in Spain, so I'm not gonna take that away from the Spanish folks. That's their guy. But anyways, so we're already amazed, like, wow, okay, that's crazy. This dude is probably really rich as shit. So this night is gonna go well. All right. But as we talking to him, we're asking him, like, so what do you do? It's like, oh, well, I can't really get into all that. But how you guys evening? What y'all do? I'm like, bro, nah, hold up, nah, we not about to just drive past that. And he's like, okay, well, let's play a little game. I know somebody important out here. Okay. Who, motherfucker?
Had to pull a Samuel L. Jackson on his ass.
You know what I'm saying? But he didn't say nothing, bro. Like, he was just like real, like, mystical type shit. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So me and my observant ass, I'm like, okay. I'm about to really see if I can study dude the whole time you're here. So now, granted, we drinking in between. I'm not drinking that much because I don't know who the hell. I'm just paranoid like that. I don't know who the hell I'm sitting by. This man playing a game like this. So he was talking. He was like, yeah, we I'm 37. It's like, cool. Conversation. 10 minutes later, he was like, yeah, man, I'll be 35 this week. I'm like, oh.
You just say he was 37.
Nobody noticed this. I say, yo, my mans, thought you said you was 37 earlier. And he like paused for a minute and was like, what's your job, man? I'm like, man, I ain't nothing but an electrician. It's like, I like you. You're very observant. Stand by for more type shit. I'm like, all right, you know what, this motherfucker right here, bro. But he's buying this drink, so I'm not gonna complain. So he's really in the group now, right? Like, by this time we're like at least 5 drinks in.
Right.
So everybody's just chopping it up, you know what I'm saying? But he's like, bro, matter of fact, Tim's ass was there. Shout out to Tim's.
Shout out to Tim. Third man of the group. Shout out to Tim, man.
Yo, so check it out. Buddy was so slick, man. Like, just like spy type shit, bro. He told Tim's, he was like, man, I bet you I can get you to tell me your address without me even having to ask you. Tim's like, man, all right, cool, whatever. They sitting there talking. Why the hell Tim's mess around and just get a man his damn address, bro?
Wait, what was he saying to him?
Bro, he was just asking him certain questions, right? But it was like those, like, all right. Anyways, Tim's gave Buddy his address. And I'm looking at Tim's like, what? How? But it was just the questions that he was asking him. I'm like, all right. So I'm thinking to myself, Buddy is a spy. He's a whole spy from Spain or from somewhere. I don't know what he's doing out here, but he's here. That's just the energy he's giving off. Right. Bro, we walking down the street. It's me, him, and Tim. It's probably one of our other homeboys. And we just chopping it up. And he was like, all right, so I want you guys to take a big whiff of the air, right? Just, all right. Tell me what you smell. All right, I smell something sweet like a tree or a flower. He says, okay, when to get up around here, it's going to be a tree called Lady of the Night. That's what you're smelling. Get down the street, trees that we've always seen hanging over like over the houses and stuff out there laying across the street. It's called Lady of the Night, but that's what it, or I didn't know that's what it was called, but that's what it's called. So so you out here giving us hunting tips now. What are you doing? Who are you, dude? Still wouldn't tell us, bro.
Wait, he never told you his name?
Bro, still would not tell us. Oh no, he told us a name. He ended up telling us a name. That wasn't his name, bro. He gave us like some freaking general name like Max. Your name's not Max. You like a goddamn Caesar or somebody, bro.
Right.
So end of the night comes. Bro, funny as shit. He's hanging with us, right? White dude. His homeboy. Right. I don't know where his homeboy is.
Oh, so he not Spanish. He not.
No.
Oh.
White dude, but spoke fluent Spanish. You would have thought that he was from Spain.
Right.
But yeah, so like I said, I don't know where his homeboy went. He might have went to go chase some tail or something. But we end up in this bar or club that's like the black spot for the Navy cats.
Right.
And I'm like, all right, look, where we about to go it's a little different. You cool? He said, does it look like I'm scared? All right, well, yeah, just come on in, brother. You look like you could fight 20 people, so whatever, man. Ain't no telling what you got going on.
Oh, he was built though? He was built like that?
Bro, he was a short, stocky guy. Probably knew some jujitsu, karate, some other CIA operative shit. I don't know. But yo, we go into the club. We doing our thing. I come outside. He got some Jones with him, but he's like he's chilling, and I'm like, yo, my man's, we gone. I still want to know who you are. He just smiled and said, "Have a good night. I see you. Wow. I see you another time." Next day, I get on base, bro. We at the galley. I'm getting my food. Why the hell we see Buddy in there?
He was on base?
Yes, bro.
What?
Like I told y'all, I know somebody. He ended up telling us. No, he ended up telling me. He was the king's bodyguard, the Spanish king's bodyguard.
Oh, snap.
Retired, quote unquote. Bro, crazy as shit. Like the way that he moved, bro. If you've ever been around somebody that's trained like that, you can just tell.
You can tell, right? They just move different.
They move way different, bro. I don't know. Maybe, I mean, yeah. Very interesting though, bro. Very interesting. I mean, so yeah, it's people out here that are moving around amongst us that's out here on some, some tactical shit.
No, absolutely.
It was yeah, crazy as hell, man. So yeah, spies, bro. Yeah, they're real. Yeah, man. I don't even know why we was talking about that, but yeah, yo, that was the very interesting night, bro.
That's
very
crazy.
Interesting. Crazy as shit,
bro.
Crazy as shit.
Wow.
Yeah, shout out to Buddy.
Maximilian.
Whatever the hell your name is. That man was trying to get me to work for him, bro.
Nah, he was definitely recruiting you on the low.
I'm good.
But they had, like, you ever see those type of movies where they have like CIA spy movies? You ever watch those?
Well, kind of like The Equalizer.
Yeah, that's more like he's out of the game. CIA? He was, but he was already retired. He was out the game. I'm talking about like, so a good movie to watch, right? That I like is The Recruit. It's with Al Pacino and Colin Farrell.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much that movie, Al Pacino like kind of recruits Colin Farrell and trains him on how to be an operative and everything like that. and they just get into whole like they call it the farm where they go to train and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That like you know, FBI got the FBI Academy in the Quantico. The farm, nobody knows where the fuck that's at, but they call it the farm where they go train and become clandestine operatives. So it's wild, bro. It's wild.
That stuff is a trip, man. I'm
But
glad there's people like that in the world that do that shit.
But a lot of them guys, they get recruited like out of college, former military, in the military.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they get recruited from.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yo, you ever heard of the book called The Spook Who Sat by the Door?
Why does that sound familiar?
That's a dope book. It's about a black dude that started working for the CIA.
Oh, snap.
But he was working for the CIA to learn the moves of the CIA. So my man's went back to his neighborhood and organized. I'll say that.
What?
Check that shit out, bro.
I'm definitely gonna get that book.
Yeah, I think the author's name is Sam Grinnell, I think. Don't quote me on that. Spook Who Sat by the Door. It's a really good book. I had a homeboy in the Navy that put me on to it. But the funny thing is, the person that put him onto it was Nipsey Hussle.
Really?
Mm-hmm. He said he had it was an art. I mean, not an article. It was an interview that he was listening to, and one of the books that he said that changed Nipsey's life was, or opened his eyes, was The Spook Who Sat by the Door.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, Sam Greenlee. Yeah. Now, yeah. That's some
CIA shit.
I mean, yeah, it is, but that's like bro, that's like a freaking Huey P. Newton disguising himself to be this, white collar guy working for the CIA type shit, and then you getting fully equipped with this knowledge, and you go back to your neighborhood and you mobilize. Hey,
that was like,
brothers gather around. I'm about to put y'all onto some shit.
But that was like how that's similar to how like they had a lot of, I don't know when this happened, but in the military they had a lot of gang members infiltrate. Like people were able to get into the military.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the background checks weren't thorough enough, whatever. But you had a lot of guys that was taking that knowledge that they learned in the military, bringing it back to their hood and be like, yo, this is how you do X, Y, and Z. This is how you do blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very similar to that. That's wild, man. It's the spook who sat by the door. So where was he from? Where did he take the knowledge back?
Chicago.
Oh, wow. So that's why Chicago is the way it is now, huh?
Nah. It's a fictional book.
Oh, it's fictional.
Yeah.
Nah, there got to be some truth to it, man.
Read it, bro. Read it. Yeah, it's a fiction. Yeah, it's fiction. Right? Yeah. But it's one of those fiction stories that it's like, although this is fiction, could you see this happening?
100%, absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's going on day to day, all over different type of law enforcement, military organizations all the time. Like people go infiltrate, take what they learn, bring it back to their community to kind of aid them and whatever, whether it's gang members or whether it's just I just want to make my community better. Like that happens all the time.
Yep. I mean, yo, if you can understand the concept of structure, like a chain of command, and how that goes, then yeah, I mean, it's you can definitely make some shit happen. I mean, absolutely. You just have to have people willing to abide by those guidelines. But if you do that, you can really make moves, honestly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's team building for sure.
So let me ask you this, Smooth. Like, since you learned a lot, you were in the military for 8 years. Are you gonna take what you learned and institute that into your children? How you raise them, or how you bring that up a little with that structure? Not necessarily like, oh, I'm the leader. You got to follow whatever everything I say to go, but just like those good habits that they gave you, like cleaning your bed, making your bed on time, waking up at an appropriate time, getting ready, making sure all your stuff is in line, completing tasks that's handed to you, and having the responsibility to complete them one by one. Like, do you feel like you're gonna take that and just institute that into your children as when you get older and decide you want to have a family?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, those things were kind of like already instilled in me from the way that I grew up, regardless.
Oh
But
yeah. Your mom was a law enforcement officer.
yeah, and a country girl, so that stuff is not flying around the house. Yeah, it's not. But
Shout
I
out,
mean,
shout out to Miss Pam.
yeah, shout out to Mom Dukes. But the military taught me how to have self-discipline. I mean, I've always had it, but yeah, self-discipline. Like, you have to discipline yourself when it comes to, like, preparing yourself for an exam, getting your work done, especially if you're working by yourself, being accountable. That I had to learn that, holding my own self accountable for my mistakes and actions and things of that nature. What else, man? Yeah. I mean, it's definitely pretty much accomplishing things that you really don't give a damn about. That's something else that the Navy taught me. Have a job that you're doing these things, and it's like, what's the purpose of doing it, right? On a work day, but you have to do it. If you want to go home, you're gonna have to do it. If you want to you're gonna get paid. But if you want to avoid running into some bullshit, get it done, and then go home. You know what I'm saying? That's my pop.
Oh, I was about to say we got a whole nother situation going on. But nah, so let me ask you this, right? You did 8 years in the military, and I always say thank you for serving this country. You know what I mean? Because it take a different type dude that really, put that uniform on and actually day to day. And you've been sent out to some hot zones. You know what I mean? It wasn't all cheese and cake. It wasn't all milk and cookies when you was in the military. You had some trying times. So what do you say to the young guys out there, man, if they're interested in joining the military?
Oh, bro, do it. Don't if you sitting around not doing nothing, if you don't have a plan, I would do that. Get 4 years out the way. At least you have some money in your pocket, and you'll see something new. You might learn something. You're gonna meet some cool people. I will say that.
Nah, that's facts.
Yeah, I had fun, yo. I had a blast my whole 8 years. I mean, it's ups and downs, but all in all, it's what you make it. Yeah, I would definitely suggest anybody to go. Put some money in your pocket, man.
Facts.
Put up with the BS. I mean, you got to deal with it anyways, whether you're working for the military or working for, somebody else as a civilian.
You know
You
what?
always got to put up with shit.
And I will say, Smooth said he met some cool people out there, really down to earth. Like, that's his guys. Like, when I went down there to see him in Spain, like, them dudes was like, they treated me like family. I never met these cats before. They was treating me like one of the homies. Like, I served with them. I don't know this dude, but he treat me like love. Yo, come in here, man. Yo, you want something to eat? Blah, blah, blah. Yo, come in here. We got the hookah. Yo, you good, bro? What you want to drink? Like, that was something I didn't experience before.
Shout out to GVC.
Yeah,
shout out
man.
to GVC. That's my boys, man, for real.
Oh my God, like Tim's, Bama, all you guys, man. Y'all really showed love when we came down there, and that was unprecedented. I never seen that before when it came to just not knowing nobody and then just coming in and then going to these spots. Oh my God, I was treated like a king. I was like, wow, this is wow. Me and the lady, I was like, wow.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you're not gonna get that from everybody in the military. I'll tell you that right now. It's certain groups of people you got to be around. You just happen. Well, you know me. I ain't gonna be around no lames, man. Got to be around some real ones. But yeah, man, yeah, that was a great time. So yeah, for the people that aren't, for the young, yeah, I don't know who, I mean, whatever. Some people like the military, some people don't. It's all what you make of it. But like I said, if you ain't doing shit, then hell, need to get Coley on here with his hat cocked sideways and shit like dude from Everest and start recruiting. You ever seen him with his...
Wait, what hat? What are you talking about, bro? What hat are you talking about, bro?
Coley be wearing his ball cap like the dude from Everest. You're sitting on the couch, you're not doing nothing. Why don't you just go to school, man? All right, you just wasting your time, wasting everybody else's time. Why don't you just go to school, man?
He be looking like him with the white t-shirt and everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
You turn him into a recruiter.
No, that's fact though. But now, so let's hop into the current events real quick. I want to bring up a couple of things.
All right.
We're gonna talk about two cases, right? First case we're gonna talk about is the Rittenhouse.
Yeah.
You know we still recording, right?
What happened?
Wow. Hey, we're gonna edit that out. Anyway, so play back. So we're gonna talk about two cases. We're gonna talk about the Rittenhouse, Kyle Rittenhouse, who was found not guilty of all charges. Then we'll talk about that Ahmaud Arbery case, which the three gentlemen were found guilty, and they're gonna be doing some time. So let's dive in. Let me get your opinion first, then you can get my opinion, then we go from there. So Rittenhouse first.
Rittenhouse was to be expected. We know how this stuff plays out. I wasn't even too deeply involved into the case yet because I already knew what was going to happen. Somehow, some way, but it was going to walk. Everything that he did was justified. He did nothing wrong. He was a scared kid running around with a gun. My question was, what the hell was you even doing out there in the first freaking place?
So, now go ahead. I'll let you finish your point, and then I'll chime in.
Nah, I was going to ask you, where was he from?
Oh shoot!
Wasn't he like the next state over or something?
Yeah, he was from one of the surrounding states. So he was going over there to like pretty much render aid, like help people. You know what I mean? Protect people if they need to be protected, those type of things. He was going over he had legitimate reasons why he was going over. He just didn't. I don't think he went over there with ill intent. I don't believe that.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead, finish your point, and then I'll dive in.
Was okay, but he was 17 though.
Yeah, 17.
17 with a gun out there.
Yeah.
And he was out there to render aid. First, where are your parents at? Where are your parents at? Let's start there. Where are your parents? Why are you not in the house? You don't need to be rendering aid. Render your ass in the bed. Render your ass into some goddamn school books. I'm pretty sure you had school the next day. What are you doing? Stay home. You're not even from around there. I understand you're trying to help. If that's what you was really out there trying to, man, whatever. Yeah, I knew Buddy was gonna get off. It's just what it is, man. Yeah, it's really nothing. That's just what it is. I knew he was gonna get off, and you see it all the time. It's nothing new.
I think with this case, right? We gotta understand the laws. You know what I mean? Because I had a conversation with one of my cousins, and he's like, sometimes me and him, I'm gonna shout him out. Shout out to Sed, man. Sometimes we don't see eye to eye because he's a Trump supporter. You know, mm-hmm. I don't agree with a lot of things he says, but you know what I mean. He does put a lot of things in perspective, and he allows the conversation not to be held with a lot of emotion. You get what I'm saying? So he allows the law to come into it and play into these conversations. You know what I mean? Hopefully we can have him on as a guest too, because he's a business owner and he does this thing. He's doing this thing out in Georgia right now. But I think with this case, right? Because before I seen it, I thought like everybody else, like, oh yeah, he's gonna get off, da. But I didn't understand the reason why he was going to get off. The reason why is because the law, he's protected in that state under the law. You know what I mean? He's allowed to carry an AR-15 in the state of Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. Because the law allows you 18. I think it's like, I think if you're under 16, you can't, but if you're over 16, you can be able to carry an AR-15 around. So he's protected by that law. Number one, they have self-defense laws in that state. So he's protected under self-defense laws. in that state. If his life is being threatened, and I ask people like, did y'all watch the video? A lot of people are like, no, I didn't watch it. Like, well, why don't you watch the video? Then you kind of can come and bring your own opinion on it. But to me, I look at it like, they had to charge him with that stuff, but in the eye of the law, he was right to defend himself when he needed to be defended. Mm-hmm. And I get it. If it was a black person, maybe, you know what I mean? We wouldn't even be talking about this situation. Maybe it'd be different. Maybe it'll be a whole different situation. I get it. You know what I mean? But then you got to look at the people that he killed, right? Mm-hmm. One of the guys he killed was a convicted child rapist. Mm-hmm. 5-time convicted child rapist. 5-time gone and when the prison came out. And the other dude he shot was a known criminal offender. He had a record. So I'm not trying to pander a better story here, but I'm just saying, the laws is what allowed him to get. I'm not gonna say get away scot-free, because from the video, I'm gonna say he defended himself. Like, my thing is, my question is, why are you chasing somebody with an AR-15 anyway? Why are you antagonizing someone with an AR-15 anyway? Why would I run behind somebody with a skateboard and try to hit him with an AR-15? Like, to me, that's not even logical. And I get your point, Snoop. Like, yo, he should never been there. He should never did that. I get it. Like, he should have never been there. He could have just stayed home, whatever. But I guess to him, his heart, he was like, I'm gonna just take my AR out there. I'm gonna go and render aid to people that need it. And he did render aid to some folks. You know what I mean? Let's not get that twisted. But the people that was literally trying to assault him and whatever they were trying to do, he had the right to defend himself. Mm-hmm. He had an AR-15. So what are you gonna do? Why would you have that and not utilize it? Like, just scare a motherfucker? Like, it don't make sense. Like, if I have a taser and somebody is trying to attack me, I'm not just gonna brandish it. Yo, bro, mm-hmm. you better back up, man, or I'm gonna shoot this thing. And so that's where my head is at. I think the laws, the law prevailed in this one. He was covered under the law. That's why mm-hmm. he was granted the non-guilty verdict. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's my opinion on
that. Laws are always protecting white folks, if I'm being quite frank. 9 times out of 10, they're always protecting them. If it was me out there with an AR and I shot somebody, if I killed somebody, we already know what's going to happen. I'm going to serve some time. It happens all the time, yo. You see it all across America, bro. Even if I were to just be standing outside with something that looks like a gun, I'm going to get pressed.
So you think if you were in that situation, right, and you went out there to render aid, you know what I mean, because you're former military and you had the AR-15 because you know how to handle a weapon like that, under the law, right, and you committed self-defense, you know what I mean, you think you wouldn't have been found not guilty? You think they would have found you guilty with your record and your prestige? You think
with my record and prestige?
Yeah. Because you ain't no. Let's get it twisted. You ain't no hoodlum.
You're right.
That dude, the cow dude, he ain't no hoodlum neither, and he's not a racist.
In the state of Wisconsin, I don't know. I think I would have faced some time, bro.
I mean, so let's do it right, because he killed 2 white people and wounded, I think, another white person, right? So it was 3 mm-hmm. white folks. So no black people were injured, right? It was white on white.
That's cool. Yeah.
So if it was your situation,
not cool, but yeah.
Well, hold on. If it was your situation that was black on black, do you think people wouldn't even care? You think it would have got national attention?
Nah.
There you go. That's the situation we're in right now.
It wouldn't have. If it was black folks, nah. Boy, but in that scene though, in that moment, during that chaos, it would have, because that was such a broadcast event. That was a nationwide event, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I don't really have too much faith in laws when it comes to my skin color, yo. I'm be really honest with you. I don't think so. we're not even really a part of this freaking Constitution. If we get right down to the nitty gritty, we're not. 3/5 of a man, we're not a part of this. So a lot of these laws that are in place, they're not to protect us. It's to protect the people that founded this country. I don't give a damn about us, bro. That's what it comes down to.
You know, I agree with you because, you know, when they created the Constitution, they could have put an amendment right then and there, making slaves free right then and there in 1776.
Could have.
But they did not. That literally could have stopped the Civil War. It could have stopped a lot of shit that was going on. They could have just made it right. All right, all men are created equal, right? That's what they say in there. But they need to specify the black folks is they are free from slavery at this moment in time.
Yeah.
But I agree with you, man. I think the laws, you know, they've always been unfair to black folks. I'm not, you know, I agree with you on that sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I agree with you wholeheartedly. I just think this case was just the prosecutor in the case just really didn't have anything to kind of argue or fight, because it's like, bro, the law says you can do this, that, and the third. Mm-hmm. I can't argue against it. I can try to paint a picture that you're this person, but if there's no evidence to support it, then it's like, there's nothing there. There was no premeditation. There was no comment saying, yo, I'm gonna go out and start killing some of these folks. Mm-hmm. Nothing like that was being said. So the jury only got to go off what the law says. The law says, hey, if you're 17, you're allowed to carry AR-15. If someone is about to do you harm, you're allowed to defend yourself in any way, shape, or form. What do? You really? I mean, if you're a juror, you can't really. And then the other black folks talking about, yo, oh yeah, they didn't have a lot of black people on the jury. Oh, well, yeah, black folks need to start going to jury duty now, don't they?
That is true.
What you complaining about if you don't go to jury duty, if you just throw your shit in the trash? And that area, and that area is majority white too. So even if you had 3 to 4 or 5 black folks on there, it would still kind of raise eyebrows, because you can't have a majority white town and half of the juries is black. It don't make sense. So a lot of things people didn't know about that type of stuff when they tuned in. They just let their emotions speak for themselves and be outraged. You know what I mean? So that's my 2 cents on it. So let's shift back, right? Let's circle. Go ahead,
Let me pause real fast. Let me say bye to my sister, and I'll be right back.
All right, bro. And we are back. Step into the light, step into the mic podcast with your boy M. Dot and my guy Smooth. So we were talking about the Rittenhouse. We addressed that earlier. Now we're talking about the Ahmaud Arbery case. So go ahead, Smooth. How do you feel about Ahmaud Arbery and all the guys that were part of that case being found guilty of killing and slaying that young, beautiful black man?
Justice was served in the state of Georgia. Yeah, happy to see a case like that go in our favor, in the black folk favor. Yeah, man. You know, I just the only thing that I didn't like about that case, you know, this, like, when I was like, the hell was that?
Oh, sorry, my phone. Go ahead.
The only thing that I didn't necessarily like from that case was when the prosecutor, or the defense attorney he tried to justify those folks' actions by describing the man's nails or some shit like that.
Yeah, dirty long toenails.
What the hell? What did that have to do with anything? I didn't understand that. Just trying to find shit. Just, what are you trying to say? He deserved to die because he had dirty fingernails? Like, what do you describe? What were they trying to describe him as?
I think they were trying to portray him as the most despicable person in the universe, because they're trying to convey to the jury, like, yo, listen, you know, they had to shoot this dude because he had long toenails, or because he was this, or because he was that, the third, da da da. They were trying to paint a picture. Mm-hmm. Just like earlier in the trial, I don't know if you caught this, but the same defense attorney was like, you know, why is Reverend Al Sharpton here? Why is Jesse Jackson here? You know, why are all these black pastors here? You know, come. And he was going on and on, like, yo, they don't have any church here. They don't. Why are they here? I think it's disrupting the case. And the judge corrected him, like, listen, you're the only one that noticed that. The judge was very candid, and he said, I didn't even know their presence was here. Because as long as they're obeying the court rules and what I say, I don't have an issue with them being in here. The defense was like, we don't. The end of his monologue was like, we don't want any more black pastors here. Saying to the sense of, you can have Reverend Al Sharpton, you can have, or Jesse Jackson, either one, but you can't be having multiple ones coming in and out of the courtroom. But if the judge doesn't say nothing to it, it's his courtroom. You can't say we want these people out. If the judge doesn't mind it.
Yeah.
So he was trying to make that big stink earlier in the court proceeding.
See, bullshit, bro. Yo, Matt, I actually have a question for you, man.
Go ahead, bro.
Well, first let me let's also hear your opinion on the case.
So I think justice was served in that one. Yeah. Georgia law is different though, man. Like, citizens are given a lot of power when it comes to holding and detaining somebody. So I didn't really know how that joint was going to go, because from what I was hearing from YouTube videos I was watching and things like that, like Georgia has a law where, even if you suspect someone, a citizen can suspect someone of, attempting to do X, Y, and Z, and hold them and detain them until the police come. Which is if you think about it, that's kind of wild to have a law like that where you can suspect someone of anything and kind of detain them at your own will. And then they talk about, well, why was he running? He don't like obeying people with guns. Why would I listen to somebody that has a weapon pointed at me? I don't know their intention. I don't know what they're gonna do to me. I would have got up and ran the hell out of there too. So I think this one, to make it clear and crystal, I think justice was served. Like I said, Georgia law is a lot different from Delaware law. It gives citizens a lot more freedom on how they do certain things. But I think in this case, justice was served, and for the first time in a while, a black person was killed, and from white, I'm gonna say white vigilantes, because they were not police officers. They weren't acting in any accordance of law enforcement. They were acting as their own, so they're considered vigilantes. And justice was served to the right party in that one. So I am very grateful for that.
So my question to you is, if that case were to happen in Wisconsin, do you think it would have still been the same outcome?
I don't know, because I don't know, because I don't know how you could say self-defense in this case if it was placed in Wisconsin, because it's 3 against 1. How can you claim self-defense if it's 3 against 1? It's like somebody tried to grab your gun, but there's 2 of y'all, and y'all didn't want to grab them. Y'all didn't do anything. But it's like, I don't know how that would apply, especially with the self-defense laws that they have in Wisconsin.
Because let's say they were trying to detain them. They were trying to detain them.
And they just ended up shooting them?
Right.
But
could you see how that could get twisted in the, you know what I'm saying?
No, 100%. I do agree with that. I think that if this case happened in Wisconsin, it would definitely be a lot different in regards to the legal proceedings and how they would carry out the case, what the defense would bring, what the prosecutor would bring. But I think this case, even if it was held in Wisconsin, this happened, I think it still would have the same outcome of those people being found, those 3 individuals being found guilty, because it's always the thing of why you ain't just walk away and call the police? Why didn't y'all ride off and get the suspect's information? Not even his information, the description of him, and just, hey, we see a suspicious guy in the neighborhood. He's wearing this, that, and the third. We looked at him looking at houses. Cool. Call the police. I don't understand why calling the police, and we can even speak on this Trayvon Martin and the George Zimmerman thing, because that's another one where it's a similar act of vigilantism where someone is trying to take the law into their own hands. You call the police, and the dispatcher says, all right, well, we got the description, thank you, but just hold off, don't do anything, don't act. And you still go act. But Florida's another state, got to stand your ground law.
Yeah.
You can go confront somebody, but if the shit goes a different way, you can say, I was standing my ground, that's why I shot him. What the So it's kind of like it's weird, man. It's weird.
Yeah, the laws are freaking weird. Like it's too many loopholes in a system that's supposed to be tightly knit and supposed to serve one purpose, and that's to serve justice. But it always seems like it's some type of loopholes, or somebody is getting left out or not, receiving the freaking verdict that they're suspected of or expected of getting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because even in, with the Wisconsin situation, like, it was a chaotic scene. Police was on the scene, right?
Yeah.
But Buddy still felt that it was, in order to protect others, he had to shoot and kill, correct? Although it was police on the scene and
I think in Wisconsin it was a little bit different because if you watch the video, right, when that happened, you can hear the sirens in the background, but the police are so far away that who knows what would have happened. I don't think they were charging in that situation. Like, it was only after that when he went to the police, he had his hands up. You know what I mean? He was like, and then everybody was like, "Yo, he just shot 3 people, man. He just shot 3 people." I think the police were farther than what was claimed to be. I think they were a little out of the way. So, I mean, what do you, like? So we said earlier, what do you do in that situation? You gonna let somebody kick your ass? You gonna let somebody beat you with a skateboard?
Nah. I mean, I'm going to protect myself.
Right. If you got the AR, what are you gonna do? You just gonna let that strap on your
but
back?
but at the same, yeah.
Just think about it, bro.
I'm not gonna let nobody try to take my life. So
and
I'm going to defend
And
myself.
there's 3 people coming at you, not just 1, 3 coming at you.
I'm gonna shoot.
There you go.
But that doesn't. I'm gonna shoot. If it depends. It depends. It depends on the situation, the scene where we're like, all right, let's say they're.
Don't add stuff, bro. Make it how
No,
it was.
I'm saying. Listen, hear me out.
Right.
If I see that there's 3 people coming towards me, but they're still great distance away, they see me brandishing my gun, I'm going to let shots off. If you're still coming towards me, I have nowhere else to go. I'm gonna have to defend myself.
Right. So I think
if there's absolutely nowhere else for me to go, first of all, I'm not even gonna be there. I'm just gonna say that. It's no, I can't get over that.
Remember this, bro. He tripped and fell, so that they were able to enclose him a lot quicker because he was running. He tripped, fell, and they was trying to get on top of him.
Boy, if you don't take them goofy ass boots off, who the hell told you to be out there in the first freaking place? If you wasn't there, you wouldn't have tripped.
So it goes back to, in that situation, somebody enclosing you and you on the floor, then you get up. Literally 3 guys is coming at you. You don't know what their intent is. One dude tried to hit you with a skateboard. I got 1. I got 2. Get the other one. They were trying to attack you. It would have been different if he kept shooting everybody in the crowd. He shot the motherfuckers that was coming at him. That was coming at him. So I will give him that. He didn't. It wasn't like no freaking terrorist thing or like he was trying to kill everybody in the protest. Because if like people keep saying he was racist and all this stuff. If he really was racist, if he really was a domestic terrorist, why he ain't shoot and kill everybody? That clip. Correct me if I'm wrong. AR-15 hold what damn near 17 shots. The clip. An AR-15? You guys shoot an M16, right?
The freaking M4.
How many shots did that hold?
Bro, I have it's a lot of rounds.
Right. So AR-15 is semi-automatic, so it's 1 shot at a time. So you think about it, right? If he's 20 shots in there, he only let off about, I want to say 4 or 5. He had a lot more to go. He could have shot a lot more of the motherfucker.
Yeah, no, you're right.
If he was that guy they portraying, he would have killed a lot more people.
All right, I was trying to figure out how much that shit held, but oh, yeah. So yeah, no, and I feel defend yourself. Like if somebody's coming in, you don't know what the hell's about to happen. Yeah, all right, cool, but yeah, it's just a shitty situation all around.
No, it is. And I think one thing I wanted to chime in on. I didn't like people making the comparison to this case, this Rittenhouse case, to other cases that happened in the past, like Samir Rice, Trayvon Martin case. They're like three different. They're like totally different cases.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot compare those cases because they're just totally different. Like it wasn't like with the Tamir Rice thing, that was a police involved shooting. That's totally different to this situation. With the Trayvon Martin, that was a vigilante acting in his own sense of justice. Kyle Rittenhouse wasn't acting as a vigilante. He was running away. He was actually running away. Like he was literally running away for his life, trying to get away from these motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
So people, especially black folks, man, just because you see something on social media doesn't mean you have to agree with it right away, man. You do your own research, look into what the laws are actually for that state, and come to your own reasoning, man. Like, come to your own reasoning, man. Come on, man. Like, be smarter with that, yo. Y'all let media and social media and all this other stuff let y'all portray these things say things when they don't even make sense. How you cannot compare Trayvon Martin's situation to this situation. Two different states, a whole slew of different laws when it comes to that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So come on, man. Like, be smarter, man. Like I seen the other day, Sha'Carri Richardson posted that, and I'm like, here we go, a black female athlete who's really not as smart as she makes herself, reposted something, and then people was telling her, like, yeah, that's not right, da 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 da. And now she's telling people, oh well, if you don't like what I post, don't follow me because I'm doing this for my people. You're posting incorrect stuff. The stuff you're posting is incorrect.
She didn't know what she was saying.
No. And people are gobbling it up.
Like, you don't ridiculous. Like that,
bro? No, like just. Like,
I feel you. You see it all the time. You see it all the time. Like it ain't nothing new, but at the same time, I think what makes people jump to conclusion without actually knowing the facts is because it's always the same result: a black person dying by the hands of somebody other than them.
So hold on. So
I'm just saying that's what it is.
I agree with you. And I know I can see myself going on a tangent, and we're gonna talk about this for another 45, 50 minutes because I would interject and include talking about Black Lives Matter and everything like that, but I'm not gonna do that because I want to save that for another episode. I don't want to keep going because I think it's gonna take me to a place where it's like so much good content, but I'm gonna save it for another episode.
You can speak your piece.
And all right, so when people are uproar, when black people are getting killed, right? Media, Black Lives Matter, other organizations, they only make it apparent when it's a white person killing a black person, whether law enforcement, whether vigilante, whatever the case may be. But the stuff happening in Chicago, stuff happening in Philadelphia, all these other places that people are getting killed and shot, black people, your own kin, not a word is said. Not a smidget is donated for those causes. So if you're gonna be for Black Lives Matter, be for all the lives that matter in the black community. Not just when a motherfucker get killed by police or get killed by white folks. What are we doing about the gang situation? Nobody has an answer about that. You got these organizations, Black Lives Matter. What's their real intent? What are they really trying to promote? Black people, ask yourself that question, because it seems like you guys are so in tune with whatever this politics, whatever the media is telling you to think. Stop. We need to stop being a monolithic society where we all think the freaking same. We're not thinking the same. You got to think differently. You got to understand what groups and organizations you're supporting. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, people get killed in Chicago all the time. They don't call it Chirac for no damn reason. There's nothing. I don't see nothing being done in regards to that. People get shot and killed in Philly all the time. People get killed in Wilmington all the time. What is being done to prevent these killings? What is being done to prevent our young men from dying every day? Not a word, Smooth. Not a word. That's why I don't support those type of organizations, man, because they only benefit from things that cause racial divide, racial division. Yes, and then for people that's gonna try to come and holler at me because I'm a coon, I'm about to school y'all. I do believe that there is a police brutality, right? There is a discrepancy on how police treat black individuals. I do believe in that. All right. Number two, what are we doing about that? Y'all talking about defund the police. Do y'all really understand what that means when you talk about defund the police?
Is that still a thing? I haven't heard people talk about that
People
since
still trying. So if people
they
said
figured out how stupid that was.
If people said I want to demilitarize the police, thumbs up, because you're taking away the combat, you're taking away the need for like heavy armed vehicles and all that stuff. Thumbs up to that. But defunding means you want to take funding directly from the police. But then how are the police going to do training? How are they going to get better? Like these things have to make sense. They don't make sense. Don't talk about them. If they're not logical, don't talk about it. There's no means to them. Don't talk about them. Black society, stop being monolithic with your thinking, man. Like, stop it. It's just nonsense, man. That's my tangent on Black Lives Matter. And like I said, we got an episode coming. Like we're gonna have an episode coming talking about this organization, because to me it's an organization that in the beginning it was like, oh yeah, Black Lives Matter, what? But then I see what they really stand for. They don't really stand for a whole lot when it comes to actual Black lives.
Maybe not no more.
I mean, I don't know, man. And to be honest,
it got watered down.
It was an organization created by white folks too. So come on, man.
Was it?
Founder of Black Lives Matter was a white man.
I thought it was 3 Black females.
I mean, I
thought even that would.
What, 3 Black females created that organization?
Yeah. What would be bad about that?
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Like, I just don't think. I think that's just another. So 3 Black females created Black Lives Matter. Okay. Is that a ploy to include more feminism, fight for feminism, which is not a bad thing to fight about, fight for feminism and then fight for LGBTQ rights? You know, I thought it's Black Lives Matter. What are we fighting for then?
I don't think that necessarily has to do with them being women. I mean, there's conscious Black women out here that may want to see change like that amongst the people that is in their culture.
So do you support Black Lives Matter?
I support Black folks.
I like your answer. I actually love your answer.
Yeah, that's what I support. I'm not in no group, none of that shit. Look, I know what I was born as.
Do you support law enforcement?
Do I support? Yeah, I mean, who else is gonna protect and serve? It ain't gonna be somebody that I know living down the street. And it sure as hell ain't the military. Well, not like that.
Do you think you're a coon?
I know I ain't no damn coon.
So this is what I'm saying, right? If you have this thinking, right, where you said I support Black folks and I support police, right? Guarantee you, if you say that on social media, they motherfuckers call you a coon.
They do what you got to do.
Because it don't make sense though. Like I don't understand it, man. I don't understand it. Like you
said, people don't think for themselves,
bro. Like they think what social media is designated for them to think. Like I'm not that type of dude, man. You can't tell me how to think or show me how to think. Like, I'm gonna think for myself and do my own research.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna follow in line and conform to whatever everybody else is thinking. Like same thing with freaking Joe Biden talking about. Got on national stage, and I say this every podcast. I'm Sleepy Joe. If you don't vote for me, you're not Black. Come on, and then every Black person ate that up. Talking, oh yeah, celebrities coming out, yeah, vote for him. You know, he said, if you're not Black, vote for him. I'm gonna vote for him because I'm Black. Come on, bro. You're the coon.
Solid game.
And well, all right. Any last words, Smooth? Because I think we will take this for another hour, 2 hours. You know what I mean? And I'd love to do it, but I know we got things to do today.
Yeah, I'm solid, bro. This was nice.
It was.
Yeah, this is cool.
This motherfucker laughed at me when I said I don't know.
Cause I saw what you was formulating in your. I know you, bro. I mean, I get it.
And don't get it twisted, right? When I said that, there's no knock on black women. We love black women. We promote them on our freaking podcast all the time. Majority of our guests have been black women. You know what I mean? But I think when it comes to you want to support Black lives, being black has to come first.
Mm-hmm.
All that other stuff comes second. We don't know how to do that as a society. Every other group knows how to do it. They put their ethnic group first. Then that extra stuff comes later. Do that. Do that. They don't know how to do that.
I keep telling you, yo, that's going to be hard for people to do if it's never been implemented in their family at all. Ever. Until it starts. Until it starts. That's that's in the household. It has to start, like, just like we talk about how, you know, when it comes to voting and we want people on these grand national scales that we actually know is going to start with some change, it has to start locally.
That's fact.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like with that being said, when it comes to issues like that, it has to start in the house first. Then it can spread to other family members. Then it can spread, you know, throughout generations and generations and so on and so forth. I think that's how something like that has to start. You have to start a trend like that. The reason that Asians and white folks and freaking who else, Indian folks have been coming to the States and been killing the freaking business game is because they grew up with that instilled in them. That's
fact. Yeah, I agree with you. So hold on. So
we were stripped of, you know what I'm saying? We were stripped of that shit.
So now I'm gonna say this because this is you know, going on YouTube, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Anchor. You know, anybody can listen to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Group economics. That's something we got to start doing. But if you don't know what group economics is, people listening, pull your money together as a community. You spend money into that community. You keep that dollar in that community for as long as you can. That's how you grow the economics of that community. That is group economics. Dr. Claude Anderson. Oh my God, Google him when you guys get a chance. Dr. Claude Anderson. Very knowledgeable when it comes to Black wealth. Very knowledgeable when it comes to Black history. He knows a lot. You know, Google him and listen to him when he talks about group economics and, you know, how we can come and put our money together and everything like that. But like I said, I'm gonna keep it short because I'm gonna go on another tangent. I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? But my last words is this, man. 20 years from now, Wally. All right? That's what I see. Rittenhouse, I believe that, you know, the law covered him on that. The laws were covered. He was covered by the laws on that one. Mm-hmm. I don't think he was a racist. I don't think he was a domestic terrorist. All right? Ahmaud Arbery, justice was served. Those men got what they wanted. They wanted to be vigilantes. Vigilantes get caught and they get buried. This is what happens to them. Hopefully they get sentenced to a good amount of sentencing and it's due justice for the family. Black Lives Matter. I don't understand that organization, but I do support Black folks on that one. Once Black Lives Matter can show me that they stand for everything Black and they fight for the shootings and everything like that and come up with solutions, then maybe I'll support you. But right now, if you're just coming out every time a white person kills a Black person or an officer kills a Black person or whatever, I'm not for that. I'm not for that. And then lastly, group economics. Keep the dollar in Black as long as we can, because the dollar only lasts about 13 seconds in the Black community.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 7.
7 or 13 seconds. It leaves very quick.
It ain't lasting long.
Nah, it don't last long. Go ahead, Smooth.
Yeah, people, y'all be blessed out here. Stay safe in these streets. Holiday time, make sure that you know, y'all are all still being safe because, you know, it is a virus still going around. So, you know, everybody's gonna be seeing their families and stuff between now. I mean, we just had Thanksgiving and till New Year. So please be safe. Don't go to Wisconsin. It's like, no. Y'all be safe out here, man. That's all I got.
Yeah. Hey, y'all be safe. We love y'all. Appreciate the listeners. Appreciate the subscribers. We appreciate our guests. We appreciate our future guests. It's all love. We love y'all. If y'all want to come back on, reach out to us. Y'all got our email. Hit the link tree on our bios. You know what I mean? Get our views up and everything like that. This is M.
J. What the hell is my name? Smooth the Black Kennedy.
And we out this piece. Peace and love, y'all.